Let's get right into it. Number 10. The restaurant menu panic. You know that moment when the waiter hands you a menu and suddenly your brain stops working? You've been to this restaurant 20 times before. You always get the same thing, but you still flip through all 8 pages like you're studying for a final exam. Scientists call this menu anxiety, and it's surprisingly common. Your brain short-circuits when faced with too many options. You start thinking, what if I order wrong and have to sit here watching everyone else enjoy their food? Or, what if I get the salmon and Tony's steak looks better? After all that mental gymnastics, 80% of us end up ordering the exact same thing we always get. It's like watching all seasons of a show on Netflix, just to pick The Office again. Restaurants actually know about this panic and use it to their advantage. They put their most profitable items in the top right corner of the menu. That's where your eyes go first when you're having your menu meltdown. They even hire menu engineers to design menus that reduce our collective panic. These experts know our brains malfunction when choosing between more than 7 things in a category. Those fancy descriptions under each item aren't just to make the food sound good. They give your anxious brain something to latch onto. Number 9. The hallway nod. Your brain goes into overdrive when you see someone you kinda sorta know coming down the hallway. Too early to acknowledge them, and you're stuck in this weird limbo. Too late, and you risk looking like you were trying to ignore them. There's the upward nod for people you know well, saying, "What's up?" without words, and the downward nod for acquaintances, silently saying, "I acknowledge your existence, but let's not make this weird." Your brain calculates distance, walking speed, familiarity level, and social hierarchy all in half a second. One wrong calculation, and you're trapped in a social awkwardness vortex. Misjudge the distance with an early nod, and you're both locked in this weird social contract. You can't look at each other again, but you can't look away completely. Everyone knows pulling out your phone is just a desperate escape strategy. From New York to Tokyo, people perform this universal acknowledgement dance. But one rule stays constant worldwide. Never make eye contact again after the nod. Break this rule with accidental second eye contact, and you're legally obligated to have a conversation neither of you wants. Number 8. Walking away from the microwave early. There's 3 seconds left on the timer, and suddenly, you're in a high-stakes action movie. Your hand hovers over the door button, muscles tensed, waiting for the perfect moment. 2 seconds left, 1 second left. You swing that door open like you're defusing a bomb. Our brains are hardwired to hate that specific beep frequency. The microwave beep hits a frequency range where our ears are most sensitive. It's the same range as a baby crying or a car alarm. Our ancient ancestors needed to be super alert to these kinds of sounds because they usually meant danger. Some people get so stressed about the beep that they've developed anticipatory anxiety. They start getting nervous when the timer hits 10 seconds, planning their attack strategy. Microwave manufacturers know we hate the beep. They've done surveys, they've gotten complaints, they know exactly how annoying it is, but they keep making them just as loud because they're worried someone might forget their food. So here we are, with smartphones that can translate languages in real time, but microwaves that still scream at us like it's 1967. We've all just silently agreed to keep Ninja opening the door at 1 second. Number 7. The clothes chair. That chair in your bedroom is slowly transforming into Mount Everest. The one that hasn't felt the touch of a human behind in months because it's too busy being a temporary home for your not quite dirty but not quite clean clothes. Scientists call it task postponement due to decision fatigue. That's fancy talk for, I'm too tired to figure out if this shirt needs washing or not, so I'll just throw it on the chair for now. Your brain uses up energy making decisions all day. By the time you get to that shirt at night, your brain is running on empty. It's like when you spend all day making important decisions at work, then someone asks what you want for dinner, and your brain crashes like Windows 95. The clothes chair is your brain's way of saying, let's deal with this later. I'm done adulting for today. There's evidence of people using furniture as impromptu clothing storage going back centuries. Victorian novels mention the chair, where people would drape their partially worn clothes. Even professional organizers admit to having a clothes chair. It's like the organizing equivalent of doctors who smoke. They know it's bad, but they do it anyway. Number 6. The phone call voice switch. You're telling your friend about destroying your kitchen trying to make pasta. Then your phone rings. You answer, and your voice flips to corporate customer service mode. "Hello, this is Jessica speaking," says the person who was definitely you 5 seconds ago. Your friend looks at you like a stranger just broke into your throat. Scientists have studied this weird voice switch phenomenon. When we answer the phone, our brains go into what they call performance mode. It's like your brain thinks it's showtime, and suddenly you're auditioning for the role of professional human being. This happens even when we know who's calling. You could see it's your mom calling, the same mom who changed your diapers, and you'll still answer with your president speaking voice. Your pitch goes up 2 notches, like a cheerful cartoon character. You start using words you'd never use in real life. Suddenly you're saying certainly and indeed, like you're in a period drama. And during work calls, it gets even fancier. You start using vocabulary you haven't touched since the SATs, saying things like, "I'll circle back to you," when in real life you just say, "I'll text you later." We can all hear ourselves doing it, but we collectively pretend it's totally normal. Number 5. The birthday ritual. Picture this. Your friend invites you over to celebrate the anniversary of them not dying for another year. You show up, and everyone gathers around a baked good that's literally on fire. Then everyone starts chanting in unison. It's like a cult meeting, but with better snacks. The birthday person has to blow out the flames with their mouth air, the same mouth air that contains thousands of bacteria. Then everyone cheerfully eats the cake that just got sprayed with human breath. In medieval Germany, people believed that evil spirits were extra attracted to you on your birthday, so they'd gather around you, make noise, and light candles to scare the demons away. That's right, we're still doing a demon protection ritual from the Middle Ages. The make-a-wish tradition comes from ancient Greece. They thought the smoke from birthday candles carried prayers to the gods. So technically, we're all doing a pagan ritual every time we celebrate a birthday. The Happy Birthday song was written by 2 Kentucky sisters in 1893 as a simple classroom greeting. The original lyrics were, "Good morning to all." It was copyrighted until 2015, which made restaurants create their own weird birthday songs to avoid paying royalties. So next time you're at a birthday party, remember this is actually a medieval demon protection ritual with a side of pagan prayer ceremony. Number 4. The snooze button bargain. Your snooze button is gaslighting you every single morning. When you hit snooze, your brain starts releasing sleep hormones, getting ready for a nice long rest. Then 9 minutes later, you've basically just sleep pranked your own brain. It's like telling your friend there's a party, having them get all dressed up, and then saying, "Just kidding." Scientists found that this stop-start sleeping actually makes you feel worse than if you'd just gotten up the first time. It's called sleep inertia, which is just a fancy way of saying morning zombie mode. The 9-minute snooze wasn't even chosen for any scientific reason. It's just because back in the 1950s, the gear mechanism in alarm clocks couldn't do a perfect 10 minutes. We've all been living this lie because some clockmakers couldn't get their gears right. Some people even set their alarms early just so they can hit snooze several times. That's like ordering a pizza you don't want just so you can say no to the delivery guy multiple times. We're literally starting each day by lying to our brains and letting our bodies down. Number 3. Proving to a robot you're not a robot. There you are, trying to buy concert tickets online. You've waited months for this. You've got your credit card ready, and a robot asks you to prove you're not a robot. Those click all the traffic lights tests are actually making AI smarter. Every time you click those squares, you're training artificial intelligence for free. You're basically working as an unpaid intern for our future robot overlords. Sometimes the tests are so hard that actual humans fail them. We've created a system where robots are better at proving they're human than actual humans. Modern CAPTCHA systems aren't even looking at your answers anymore. They're watching how you move your mouse. They're timing how long you take to click. They're judging your vibe. Too smooth with your movements? Robot. Too precise with your clicks? Robot. Too fast with your responses? Robot. We're at a point where we have to deliberately act imperfect to prove we're human. Is the pole part of the traffic light? What about that tiny sliver of a bus in the corner? You sit there having an existential crisis about what constitutes a crosswalk, while the robot judging you probably already ordered takeout and finished your taxes. Number 2. Terms and conditions. You downloaded that new app today and clicked "I agree" without even glancing at the terms. Don't worry. We all do it. Some of these agreements are longer than entire novels. Instagram's terms and conditions are longer than The Great Gatsby. Spotify's agreement is longer than Macbeth, and PayPal's terms are longer than Hamlet. It would take the average person 76 workdays to read all the privacy policies they encounter in a year. That's like taking a 3-month vacation just to read legal documents, and companies know this. They're counting on you not reading it. Hidden in those walls of text are some pretty wild things you're agreeing to. In an experiment, 7,500 people agreed to give up their firstborn child in exchange for free Wi-Fi. They put a clause in the terms saying you'd trade your kid for internet access, and people just clicked, "Agree." Game stations snuck a clause into their terms on April Fool's Day, claiming the rights to customers' souls. Only about 12% of people noticed and opted out. The rest technically signed away their eternal souls. Some apps even have clauses that let them share your data with unnamed third parties. That's corporate speak for literally anyone who wants to buy it. Number 1. The inner monologue. That voice in your head never shuts up, the one that's narrating everything you do. It's like having a permanent roommate that never pays rent and loves to point out your mistakes. When you trip on the street, your brain instantly goes, "Smooth move, genius." I'm sure nobody saw that. But here's the crazy part. Not everyone has this. Some people's brains work completely differently. They think in pictures, feelings, or abstract concepts. Scientists estimate that a significant portion of the population doesn't have an inner monologue at all. No constant commentary, no rehearsing conversations in the shower, no arguing with yourself about whether you should order that extra large pizza. Just quiet. For those who do have this inner voice, we're in a meeting and our brain starts singing Baby Shark for no reason. We're trying to sleep, and our brain replays that embarrassing thing from 3rd grade. Or during a normal conversation, our brain suggests, "What if you just screamed right now?" This inner voice shapes everything about us, our memories, our personality, even how we make decisions. It's like having a backseat driver in your brain, except this one knows all your secrets and isn't afraid to use them against you. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.